What is really happening behind the scenes of the Golden State Warriors? Could Klay Thompson's departure open doors for something even bigger? Stay tuned until the end, because today we will discuss a potential change that could redefine the team's future. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave that like, because here at Golden State Hoops, you stay updated on everything happening with our team. Klay Thompson's exit has left a void, there's no denying that. His presence has always been more than just a player, he was the heart and soul of the team. But if we look a little closer, does his absence really shake the team's structure that much? There's a strong argument that distributing his minutes among young talents like Brandon Podziemski, Moses Moody, and the recent addition of DeAnthony Melton could be the fresh air the Golden State Warriors needed. A trio that brings youth, versatility, and a defensive intensity that could transform the team's playing style. And what about this offseason? It may not have been the most high-profile, but it was certainly one of the most strategic. What many didn't notice is that names like Melton, Kyle Anderson, and Buddy Hield add important layers to the bench, giving Steve Kerr an incredible variety of options. We're not talking about just any players. These are athletes who fit perfectly into the intelligent and efficient style of basketball that defines the Warriors. Meanwhile, our young players are becoming more prepared, like Brandon Podziemski, who had the opportunity to train with the best of the USA national team. Now, if there was something even more intriguing this offseason, it was the movements that did not happen. Golden State came very close to bringing in Paul George and Lauri Markkanen. Just imagine the impact those two could have had. But even with the negotiations not advancing, one thing became clear: the Warriors' front office is committed to maximizing every second of Steph Curry's prime. They are ready to make a big move, and by observing the moves of teams like the Brooklyn Nets, a golden opportunity may be approaching. Speaking of the Brooklyn Nets, the next target could be Cam Johnson. Can you imagine Johnson alongside Curry and Draymond Green? In addition to being an excellent on-court addition, he also helps alleviate the financial burden. While Andrew Wiggins' contract is $26.2 million, Johnson's is more modest at $23.6 million. This trade would free up cap space and bring in a player who fits like a glove into the Warriors' scheme, facilitating future financial moves. Of course, all this movement would come at a cost. To bring in Cam Johnson, the Warriors would have to part with Moses Moody, a young player full of potential, eager for his chance. And the Brooklyn Nets, in the midst of a rebuild, could be the perfect place for Moody to develop all of his talent. Additionally, a future first-round pick would come into play, which would be another valuable piece for the Nets' future. But looking at it from the Golden State perspective, this trade is worth every penny. With Cam Johnson on the roster, Golden State would have an essential piece to enhance their gameplay. His 39.1% three-point shooting makes him a perfect fit for the Warriors' offensive style. Johnson is the type of player who doesn't need the ball all the time, knows how to move, make quick decisions, and contributes defensively. This isn't just a player swap, it's a fine-tuning adjustment that could elevate the team's level to another height. But what about Shake Milton? He may seem like a lesser name on paper, but he brings something that could make a difference in the Warriors' rotation. With his versatility and ability to create his own shots, Milton could be the breath of fresh air the team needs coming off the bench. He's the kind of player who, in a system like the Warriors, could reach his full potential and become a true find. As for the Brooklyn Nets, this trade would also bring benefits. Acquiring a player of Andrew Wiggins' caliber, even with some recent struggles, is a win. Wiggins still has a lot to offer, especially in an environment where he can be the center of attention and rediscover himself as a player. His talent for spacing the floor and defending remains present, and in a rebuilding scenario like the Nets, he could resurge and even exceed his best phases. The beauty of this potential trade is that it has the chance to be a rare win-win for both teams. For the Warriors, it would be a crucial addition, especially in an increasingly competitive Western Conference. For the Nets, this trade accelerates their rebuilding process, adding valuable pieces to the roster and giving Wiggins a fresh start. In the end, what excites me the most about this whole story is the possibility of seeing a rejuvenated Golden State Warriors, with new pieces that not only replace the old but also bring new energy and possibilities to the team. This trade, if it happens, could be the push needed for us to fight for the top of the NBA again. And, as always, we fans will be here, ready to support our team every step of the way. So, what do you think about this possible movement? Don't forget to leave your comment and, of course, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any details of this journey of the Warriors towards the top.